Wildlife Reserve. Are you guys excited? Alright, well I do have one major request here before we head into the reserve. That's for everyone to stay completely seated at all times. Do not lean out of the truck at any time. A lot of these bushes have super long thorns. Alright, we're going to wait for the all clear, then we'll head in. Right above your head, you're going to see an animal spotting guide that will help you identify some of the animals out here. Probably not all of the animals, but we have pretty good luck out here most of the time. Is it anybody's first time ever out on Kilimanjaro safaris? First time. Awesome. Happy first safari to you and welcome back to those returning on safaris. Alrighty guys, we're getting the all clear. It is time for a safari. Our very first stop here is the Little Eatery Forest. And let's have those cameras out and ready and let's keep our eyes peeled. The animals here in the forest do like to blend into their natural surroundings. Alright, let's see. Oh, our first animal's right out to the right hand side here. Look all the way to the left of the hill. In that little corner, you're going to see the okapi. Look at it run. So the first thing you'll notice about the okapi is that they have stripes on their legs like a zebra. But don't be fooled, the okapi is the only living relative of the giraffe. Look at it run. That's hilarious. Go, go. They are so shy and reclusive they weren't discovered until 1901 by the Western world. Pretty cool, right? That is the okapi. We're coming up on a watering hole down here on our left-hand side. This is a very important gathering place for lots of animals, including the black rhino. But unfortunately, all the rhinos are being poached in the wild for their horns. Sadly, there's less than 5,000 of the black rhino left in the entire world. We're going to be super lucky if we see one out here today. Aha! We are lucky. Right down here to the left-hand side, the black rhino laying down along the rock wall. We're going to stop for a picture. No.
There he is. Easy day.
Olha lá, o rinoceronte deitado ali.
The rhino's horn is actually made of the same thing. Our hair and fingernails are made of a protein called keratin. Off the right-hand side, we're going to see the bongos.
I see it.
Bongos are nicknamed the ghosts of the forest because they're super scary. Just kidding. They're called the ghosts of the forest because they're very rarely seen. Bongos kind of have those slanted back horns. That's to help them kind of navigate throughout the rough brush without getting tangled. Yeah, those are the bongos. Alright, so it looks like it's going to do it for the animals out here in the forest. We're going to make our way right down here into the Safi River, where we might find some hippos. Do you guys want to see a hippo today? We do. Alright, let's go see if we can find them. So, hippos at birth are usually about 85 pounds. A fully grown hippo is going to tip the scale at 5,500 pounds. Huge. Despite their massive size, so the hippos are actually really awesome swimmers. If they can, they prefer to kind of walk along the bottom of the river. There's one right out to the right-hand side. Very rare to see one out of water. So normally at night they come up out of the water onto the bank and eat about 150 pounds of grass. Make sure everyone's staying seated back there for me. See a few more out to our left-hand side, hopefully. They absolutely love to be underwater. Hippos can hold their breath for about 8 minutes at a time. You see this tiny little black bird all the way to the left-hand side there swimming around?
I see it.
It's a white-breasted cormorant. Very, very special. They actually swim like a fish. They fly like a bird. Pretty cool. Those fishers. Out to our left-hand side, also we're going to see the pink-backed pelican.
Oh, I see.
They get their name from the shade of pink they turn during mating season. They nest in a group called a pod. Pod of pelicans. Oh, and a group of hippos is actually called a bloat. Bloat of hippos. Once again, make sure everyone's staying seated back there for me, please. Staying seated. Thank you. Alright, so we're only going to see that hippo. We're coming up on kind of an old rickety bridge here. Alright, down here to our left-hand side, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to see the Nile Crocodiles.
Oh, I see it. Wow.
Make sure you're staying seated for me, please. Staying seated. Thank you. The conchs down here have a bite pressure of up to 2,000 pounds per square inch. They reach right around 20 feet long. They can reach at the speeds of 10 miles an hour on the land. So they're kind of scary and they look kind of hungry, so we're going to head on out of here. Sound good? Alright, let's roll. So now we're headed into a completely different ecosystem known as the savanna. Savannah is a lot different than the sort of foresty, kind of enclosed environments that we've seen here on our safari journey so far. speaking of different, coming up on the right hand side here, we're going to see a very different looking tree. We're going to see the baobab. The baobab will go leafless about 9 months out of the year. It stores massive amounts of water in that super huge trunk, so normally it can survive long droughts.
Baobab tree.
And look at this, here we are. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my favorite view of the entire reserve. This is the Serengeti grasslands. So grasslands here is the super highway to millions of migrating animals all across East Africa every single year. It is home to some of our favorites like lions, elephants, and my personal favorite, the tallest of them all, the giraffes. Now, this is part of the wild Africa. We are working very, very hard to protect and conserve. Alright, you guys, we're going to keep a close eye out. These animals are going to be anywhere at any time. While we're looking for these animals, let's take a minute to admire this beautiful landscape we are seeing. Believe it or not, it is completely and totally maintained by the animals that live here. Elephants are going to kind of act as the bulldozers of the savannah. When they want the leaves from the trees, they're just going to go ahead and knock down the entire tree. When they do that, it kind of allows for more grass to spread around and new shoots are going to grow. Now the giraffes, they're actually the pruning shears. They're going to eat from the undersides of the trees. That allows for the sunlight to shine through and even more grass will grow. The point of all that is that there's enough food around here for everyone to eat. This is all part of a perfectly balanced ecosystem. So who can tell me what these kind of tall orange cones of earth are? Does anybody know? I heard it. Termite mounds, 10 extra safari points. Good job. Now they are termite mounds. They don't really look like it, but they're pretty much as hard as concrete when baked in the sun long enough. Which is why you'll see elephants using them as a good scratching post when they kind of wear down. Smaller animals will hop on top and use them as a lookout post. Alright, looks like we might be coming up on a few animals, one of which includes a giraffe. So there's two different species of giraffes out here in the grasslands. There is the Maasai and there is the reticulated. So the Maasai giraffes, we're going to see a kind of a jagged, irregular pattern. Reticulated giraffes, very much the opposite. They have more of a net, kind of square-like pattern. Giraffes will stand around 20 feet tall. That makes them the tallest land animals in the entire world.
Giraffe.
Alright, coming up to the right hand side here, the first thing you're going to see is the Ankole cattle. They are famous for their super huge horns. Horns of the Ankole cattle reach about 6 feet long. They'll run about 20 inches around the base. Now I know what you're thinking, those horns look so heavy. How do they even hold their head up? These horns are actually very light, practically hollow. They kind of have a honeycomb structure on the inside. Also out to the right, you're going to see the white-bearded wildebeest. They take part in one of the largest migrations of any animal in the world. You're coming up on a whole bunch of giraffes here, you guys. Look at this. Looks like the giraffes are doing what they do best. Eating. Yep, giraffes spend about 20 hours of the day eating. I know, I'm super jealous. I wish I could eat all day long and be that tall and skinny, right? That's how we do it. Also, giraffes usually only sleep about 30 minutes of the day. 30 minutes. Yeah. They have 7 different vertebrae in their neck, which, believe it or not, is how many we have as humans. You'd think they'd have a lot more because their neck is so long, but it's only about 7 really big bones. You see the 2 on the right-hand side of the Maasai. Keep looking to your right, you're going to see the reticulated. You kind of have a different pattern there. Go by nice and slow here. A little too close to stop for, but we'll go by slow. My favorite thing about the giraffe is actually their heart. A fully grown giraffe heart is about 25 pounds and almost 2 feet long. Isn't that crazy? It's a huge heart. Oh, and a group of giraffes is called a tower. So we didn't see a tower of giraffes today. How cool is that? Alright, my friends, we're going to make our way into elephant country and we're going to make a quick stop by Monkey Point on the way. We're going to see if we can find ourselves some mandrill monkeys. Sound good? Now you get a sneak peek of what a mandrill monkey looks like right above your head, right here in the animal spotting guide. That's what a fully grown mandrill monkey looks like. So they have those brilliant blue and red markings in 2 places, on their face and not on their face. Right out to the right hand side, ladies and gentlemen, our very first African elephant. Would you look at that? We'll pull all the way forward so we can get a good picture. Now, right over your right shoulder now. And there's the monkeys right on the left hand side swinging in the trees. There, the largest and the most colorful monkey. Look at that one swinging in the tree. Females are usually only about 30 pounds. Males are about 100. Pretty big for a monkey. Oftentimes throughout the day you'll see them kind of grooming each other. They start doing their social bonding. We're gonna go see if we can find some more elephants. Sound good? Well, just like the rhino, unfortunately the elephants, they are being poached in the wild. But elephants are being poached for the very valuable ivory they have in their tusks. Very, very sad that the human is the elephant's worst enemy. And that sign to our right says, road closed. Do you guys think that we should keep going?
Yes.
Alright, let's do it. You guys, I'm just a little bit skeptical. I've never really been this way. I'm sure it's going to be just fine. I don't really like the looks of this bridge. But Hakuna Matata, no worries. I'm sure it's just fine. Everyone just keep your fingers crossed, okay? I'm going to close my eyes.
It's open?
Oh. Okay, don't worry. Like I said, I'm sure it will be just fine. Maybe not. Everybody lean to the right hand side. Lean, lean, lean. Lean, 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 lean. Oh my god. Okay, you guys, don't move. I'm serious, don't move. Well, I made it, so that's good. And you guys made it too. Saved your life. Alright, let's get out of here. We're gonna head a little bit deeper now into elephant country. And hey, look at this, you guys. It looks like elephants have actually passed through here. You wanna look right down here to our left and our right hand side. In the red clay, you're gonna see some tusk marks. Elephants actually eat this red clay. It's full of beneficial vitamins and minerals that they don't really get in their ordinary diet. Looks like we're going to see them right up ahead here. These are going to be the females and the babies. They're much more social. They'll definitely stick together. Males actually prefer to be on their own. That first one we saw was a male.